The most important factor to having a quality end product for the end user consumer is what you start with, right? So what we get from our farms is super important, but that said, we can get the best product in the world delivered here, and then there's still plenty of opportunity for us to mess that up, right? So we have a ton of quality standards and operating procedures set in place that we have to meet to make sure that we do our jobs and make the best end consumer product possible.
What was happening before was most of Idaho hops were getting shipped out of the state to be processed, and with that comes a degradation in quality. So being right here in the heart of hop country in Wilder is so important because we're surrounded by the product that we're taking in and taking care of.
The hop trucks come in loaded, scale in, we offload all of our hops. Suzy and the quality team runs through all of their checks, moisture, temperature, off type, how it presents, how it smells, all of those types of things. We then enter all that into our SAP system by the grower, the year, the lot information, the variety, all that sort of thing. And we print labels for each and every bale. Put that on our bales, taken into cold storage, and the bales will sit in our cold storage until they get down to our set point. So sometimes it can take just as little as maybe 3 or 4 days. Sometimes it's longer, just kind of depends on how hot, how warm it is outside. So once our product gets down to our set point of about 32 degrees, we bring our bales in then, and we start right here in the front of the line, which is called our bale breaker area, where we actually remove the poly material that holds the bale together. But the bale then goes through our bale breaker, and we actually airvey with cold air. We move all of our hops from our bale breaker. Once it's gone through the breaker part and through the magnets, we convey that into our hammer mills. And then from there, it moves into our horizontal ribbon blenders, mixed tanks. You can look at this as a batch process. We can hold about 4,000 pounds in each tank. We have 2 tanks, and we have 2 hammer mills as well. Once product leaves our mixed tanks, it then goes up to our top floor into a bin, an accumulation bin above our pelletizer. Depending on the variety, we have 5 different dyes. They're all different thicknesses. The extrusion path is different depending on the oil content and some other things of that hop.
So we have 6 checks outside the lab. So basically I just run a marathon out here, and we check them every second to third pallet so that it's consistent through every run. And we're checking anything from temperature to the density. We're checking the rare earth magnets to make sure there's no non-conformities on those. We check the foreign material bins to make sure there's no contamination of allergens or anything like that. And then we run 6 tests in the lab that do anything from oxygen and weight to dissolvability, the pellet, verifying the density, and then any off aromas.
We have a large accumulation bin above our Conchetti packager over here that'll hold about 8,000 pounds. We can fire up the packaging system then and put it in Mylar bags, which is nitrogen flush, remove all the oxygen. And we put everything in 44-pound cases. Label it, and then it goes out to our cold storage once more. And at the end of the day, you start with a quality product, you do a quality job on your processing, and you keep it cold and keep the oxygen out. You're gonna have a great product for the brewers to use.